Welcome YouTube to another funny story of my life being a copier technician in New York City. This was back in the 1990s when Howard Stern was just coming up and coming radio disc jockey in New York City, and he used to work in a Queens radio station in Queens, New York. We used to have the service contract for his copier, and our company used to have to go out there to service his equipment. So for weeks on end, he was making gestures and jokes about our service on the air, live. So the boss of my company said, you have to go out and try to take care of the situation because the original tech wasn't doing a good job. So I walked in there, and the secretary showed me where the machine was, but I had to walk past the radio station to get there, or the radio studio to get there. So as I'm walking towards the copier, Howard Stern is looking at me dead on with a really serious face, and he stuck his middle finger at me. Okay, but I didn't know what was going to happen next. As I'm working on the machine, he's live on the air, making fun of our company, making fun of our service, making fun of me, making fun of how I was dressed, live on the air. It's like, but what made it even worse was I was hearing everything he was saying. Literally, I heard everything he said, because in the studio you heard it through the speakers inside the room. And I was like, wow, okay. I said, what a dickhead, what an asshole. I don't believe how much this guy was an asshole back then. I didn't know him personally, but from that day, my impression of him wasn't that great. Within 5 to 10 minutes, I get a phone call from my boss on my cell phone telling me to leave the premises because they're going to have to hire a lawyer, sue them for slander and for defamation of character for me and for my company. But as I was about to walk out of the place, Howard Stern again proceeds to make fun of me on the air, and was very rude to me, actually getting really loud on the air. So as I was walking out the door and I finally left, I got to the parking lot, about to leave. All of a sudden my boss calls me back and says, okay, we took care of the situation with Howard Stern. You're going to have to go back and finish up. I said, are you kidding me? After what just happened, I have to go back. So I went back, finished up the machine. Everything was working good. Never saw the man ever again, because afterwards he became famous. He had his own, the rest of it is history, as you know. But I just couldn't believe what he did that day. Just never thought personality of his caliber would do that. But I hope you enjoyed this story. This is a funny story. This is a true story. If you have any comments, suggestions, just leave them down below. Till next time, peace.
Can I get a hey now? Hey now! Well, I stand before you today erect. I don't mean like that. I mean I'm standing here tall and straight. Actually, I am a little bit erect. Where is Betho anyway? She'll handle that later. I love you guys, I really do. There she is. Honey, I'm standing here erect. There she is. I look out, I see a sea of shining faces, and I have to ask myself, does anybody work anymore? Hell no!